Minister of Works David Umahi has confirmed the federal government will pay compensation to all property owners along the path of the 700-kilometer Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway would be passing through across 9 states. Umahi made this known at a press conference in Lagos on Thursday. He also used the occasion to address some of the questions raised by former Vice President and opposition leader Atiku Abubakar over the cost of the project, among others. More details in this report. The 700-kilometer Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway project is designed to connect Lagos in the southwest of the country to Calabar in the south-south. It will run through the coastal states of Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers and Akwa Ibom before terminating in Cross River State. Despite the benefits of this massive project, property owners along the path have expressed worry about their plight when demolitions begin to pave way for the new highway. Addressing affected residents at this meeting in Lagos, Umahi says the government has now extended the eviction notice on affected property owners. He also explained that the government had to carry out a redesign of the original Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway's route plan to reduce the number of built-up infrastructure that will be demolished for the project.
The coast belongs to the federal government by reason of the act of the federal government and the latest Supreme Court judgment that says from the shoreline to 250 meters backwards belongs to the federal government. That is what the law says, and that's what the Supreme Court says. So when we have discovered that some people are within the coast and we have redesigned and we are very sure of what we are doing, then we now demanded for, stakeholders meeting. It's not in all projects that you call for stakeholders meeting. It's an individual thing. If your project is affected, we make contact with you. It's your right. But we have never in any other projects had to call everybody to come together to discuss. But I'm ready for the discussion.
Fielding questions from the stakeholders, the minister disclosed the Works Ministry would only provide compensation to deserving individuals based on approved document. He says following the conclusion of an environmental impact assessment valuation on the affected buildings, owners of shanties and illegal buildings will not be paid.
When you put up a building on a property that is not your own, you are not entitled for compensation. When your property is not approved, you are not entitled to compensation. But the president is a man of, good heart. And so I think we will still pay compensation as far as that is concerned because of the hardship, in the country. But it's not backed up by law. It's not backed up by law. But we will not pay compensation on shanties.
Speaking earlier, Umahi had addressed some of the questions raised by former Vice President and opposition figure Atiku Abubakar over the cost of the project and whether due process was followed in the heart of the contract.
Coastal Road is 700 kilometers running from Lagos, Ahmad Bello Way, passing through the coastal states, about 9 of them, and they're terminating at Calabar. And it has phase 2, which has a spur on the Badagry-Sokoto road and a spur on the Enugu-Abakaliki-Ogoja to Cameroon road. So this is phase 2. And so phase 1 is being procured in sections. So we started with 0 point, which is the starting point of the project. And the 0 point is, the first section is 47.47 kilometers, which translates to in terms of how much is 1.067 trillions. Some people say we paid 1.067 trillion. The answer is no, we have not paid, but we have paid money according to the Procurement Act and according to the policy of the Federal Ministry of Works.
The minister also hinted that the federal government will toll the new highway and likely charge an average of 3,000 naira per toll gate for vehicles using it upon completion.
If the 47.47 is completed and I toll it in 2 sections and I give an average of 50,000 vehicles, the big vehicles are charged about 6,000, the small vehicle charged about 1,000, 1,005. So take an average of 3,000 and run the figures on that 2 toll points. And then you find out that within 15 years, you've recovered your money plus.
The Lagos to Calabar Highway is an ambitious project which is expected to be completed in 8 years. Construction of the first phase, which is 47 kilometers, has since begun in Lagos. The government says despite the skyrocketing costs of materials in the construction industry caused by inflation and supply chain disruptions, it is committed to prudence, cost-effectiveness, speedy and quality delivery of the road project. Simisola Adigun, TV360 News.